But at that point, I wasn't drinking caffeine. I obviously was not drinking alcohol. And I was behind the merch table for hours on end.
Yeah.
And so I subjected Wayne on occasion to go up and get me a Shirley Temple.
That was your price to pay.
Big, burly guy.
Covered in tattoos, piercings.
I'll take a Shirley Temple, please.
As long as you say it in that deeper register, you got to drop it down a couple to be more. I need a Shirley Temple.
You
please.
punked out. You punked out a lot because you said that it's for my pregnant wife over there. He always had to add the qualifier.
It's not
to
for
it.
me. It's for a friend. It's not for me. What do you say we kick this off real quick?
Well, let's do it.
Yeah. Well, welcome, dear listener, to the Savor the Burn podcast. Today is a very special episode. Today's the Mother's Day.
It's Mother's Day.
And we are happy to include Miss Katie, the one that we talk about the banana bread. we talk about the banana bread, the chocolate-covered peanut butter balls, the banana bread with blackberries, which was delightful. Thank you for sneaking me that slice, unbeknownst to her, while she slept. There was the fudge, the peanut butter fudge. It was really good. And you tried to down talk it. You tried to downplay it. And be like, oh, it's not really that great or whatever. But I'm like, peanut butter fudge. Peanut butter chocolate fudge, that's a love language for me. So
I try to keep my boys happy. So.
I heard there's a spare room here somewhere. I'm going to move in. I'm here for the fudge. But we're very happy to have Miss Katie.
Hello.
On the podcast. My name is Jonathan. Across the table from me is the wonderful Mr. W2. And you can't see it, but right in the middle of the table is a baby monitor.
Indeed.
So we have to keep an eye on Mr. Henry as he sleeps or doesn't sleep. So if Miss Katie has to jump up or W2 has to jump up and somebody has to go introduce a sedative to knock him back out. But we'll get through this. We'll get through this episode.
Mothering keeps on mothering.
I like it. So definitely thank you, Katie, for joining us on this special episode.
Yeah.
We gave you the option of trying some different things, and you said you had told W2 that you really wanted to try the what was it?
It is the Iron Smoke Rosie's chocolate peanut butter pie cream.
Mm-hmm.
So a few episodes ago, we tried one of the samplers we got from Flavor.com was the Iron Smoke bourbon, and we tried that and we're like, man, this is awesome. We thoroughly enjoyed it, and we ended with that saying, I wish we had more. We need to make a cocktail. We need our second pull of this.
Yeah.
I went out to their website and I bought the bottle. And while I was out on their website, I discovered that they had just released a sipping cream that was this amazing sounding chocolate peanut butter pie cream. And so I snuck that into the cart also. And it's been sitting in the fridge ever since. I have not even opened it.
He says snuck it into the cart. You know, like somebody was watching. Somebody was going to get mad if you put it in there. Yeah, I don't think so. And you said that was 60 proof?
I think it's 60 proof.
Yeah, because it's a sipping cream, right? I mean, you could use it as coffee cream.
You put it in your coffee.
I definitely have.
Yeah.
In the
Pour it
past.
over ice.
Yeah. So you were just talking about coffee the way you drink it. It's decaf now.
Yep.
And people are talking about bean water.
Yep.
Like, that's not what coffee is already.
Right.
So, like, do you water it down?
No.
Okay, so my sister, my dear sweet sister Angie, she takes decaf coffee and she waters it down. It's like maybe 80% water, 20% decaf, and that's just how she drinks it. I think she's insane.
Interesting.
I love her.
See, I'll do the
80%.
I'll do the 80% coffee and probably like 20% creamer. I have such a sweet tooth that drinking just straight coffee, I'm not there yet. So I don't have the refined palate. Give me my coffee mate. Give me all.
Maybe she should be a regular. Because I have the sweet tooth from hell. I don't have a refined palate. I can't pick out all the notes of anything and everything. This is great. You win. But yeah, so we got. Well, we have the Rosie's chocolate peanut butter pie.
Excellent.
Sweet cream.
Yeah.
We're going to try out. Are you open for for a neat pour of this?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So we're going to do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
And then we're going to make a root beer float out of it.
Yeah. Looking on their website, they have, all the different distillers have their cocktail or their recipe page with a variety of different recipes with their product. And Iron Smoke was no different. So looking through there, they had a handful of different ones. One of these times, I think you said that you've got a bottle of absinthe at home.
I do.
I might have to have you bring that over.
I will.
Because they have a recipe for one that calls for a little bit of absinthe.
Okay.
It's a espresso martini.
With this sweet cream?
With this chocolate peanut butter pie sweet cream.
Wow, okay.
With a espresso shot liqueur, cold brew coffee, absinthe. And
Weird.
I think there's something else in there too. Served in a coupe glass, so it looks fancy. It sounds pretty good, and looking at the picture...
And like you said, if I go to a bar and it comes with something like, something with caffeine in it, I'm not going to be a dick about it.
Right.
But like this, I have a feeling this particular cocktail that he's talking about now is probably going to keep me up for a while. I'm going to drive home with
it
no
sounds
sleepiness.
Caffeinated, yeah.
Yeah. Espresso, definitely caffeinated.
And cold brew coffee.
And cold brew coffee, yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, so tonight we're going to do a root beer float, the adult root beer float. Pretty simple. It's pretty much half and half. Root beer, chocolate peanut butter pie cream, and then a couple dashes of the Aztec chocolate bitters.
Have we had those chocolate bitters before? We have, okay.
We use those after having a wonderful visit down at the West Bottom Whiskey Company and grilling them on what makes their world's best old fashioned.
Yeah, when we first went there and we had that, like, I absolutely had to know what was in it.
Well, yeah,
and I didn't know it at the time, but you absolutely had to know what was in it also.
I mean, I looked at the menu and I'm just like,
a year later, here we are podcasting about it.
Bold statement. If you're going to put in your own menu, and the waitress was funny. She was like, "Now that's what the pitch says. That's not our words." I'm like, "Well, it's
on your menu, ma'am.
On your menu." Right. So whoever said it first, you adopted it and are now calling it the world's best old fashioned. So what's
the
in
ball?
it? And
you took it. You ran with it.
And it was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
But I definitely reverse engineered it and have made
several
my own world's best.
Yeah.
So did you have to ask what was in it? They didn't have it listed out on the menu?
Nope. And they weren't shy about it. They told us. The other cocktail that we had that day, the Slow Death, I only remembered about half of the ingredients that they said, and I tried to reverse engineer that one, and I think I came close, but I also didn't have the dry hibiscus petals to float on the top of it, so it wasn't quite the same. But the old fashioned, I definitely got all the ingredients, remembered all of the ingredients, and Amazon.com.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the adult root beer float that you're talking about. But before that, we're going to try this neat.
Yeah.
We're going to try the Rosie's chocolate peanut butter pie cream neat. And how is that going to be presented to us? Just in a glass?
I'm just going to pour a little bit in our glass, and
we don't drink straight from the bottle here.
Not when there's ladies present. No.
Unless Pinky's out.
Pinky's out, yeah. We got to have it fancy somehow. All right, let's do it. And this is where we just kind of sit here.
All right.
We just kind of sit here and stare at the microphone and wait for Wayne to
whip something up.
Hot foot his happy ass back down here with the bottle of deliciousness.
Has Wayne told you that we go past your sister's church like every day?
The country club?
Methodist
really?
Church. Yep.
On what is it, 80?
Well, I think it's the one that we
I guess
past,
there's only one.
Yeah. No, it's 51st and Oak.
I'm going to set this down here.
Well, additionally, I've become quite the lightweight.
That's all right.
Ended up 9 months of no booze, and then he was a longtime nurser, so no booze for, a drink was usually my limit. So my college days were quite behind me. And so now, after about 2 drinks, I get the giggles and then fall asleep.
That's about where I'm at with it too. I don't really normally. I only do 2, 4 tops. Otherwise, I'm past the bourbon borderline. My lips are numb.
Unless you're at Mitch's house, and then all of a sudden your 3 cocktails or 3 neat pours turns into 6.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, well, I also had these. Are we going to try these out? I'm like, fuck, goddamn, we need the content. Yes, yes, we do. We're going to try it. And then he's like, but I've also got this bourbon, this Devil's River shit. We're going to try this out.
Mitch is good for that.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I'm looking forward to it. So, happy Mother's Day, Katie.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Let's try this out. Peanut buttery.
Yeah, it smells amazing.
And I misspoke earlier. Looking at the bottle, it is only 30 proof. So this is very, very, very low key.
Yeah, it looks
but that's okay. It's designed to mix with other things. Some of the other recipes that they had on their site called for also adding their iron smoke bourbon in this also. But as Sugarland calls it, it's designed to be a sipping cream.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but this is not Sugarland. This is somebody else. This is is this made by Sugarland?
No, that's iron smoke.
Okay.
I haven't dug into
Right, you said we've been talking about this the whole night.
No, I haven't dug into their website.
I swear, if I weren't dumb, I'd be stupid.
I haven't dug into their website enough to know the full story on that, but they're sipping cream, and they also have a apple whiskey or apple pie whiskey that both of those, and they also have a maple bacon.
That's a hard pass.
Yeah, I'm going to pass on that one. But they're all under their Rosie's name. So there's the Rosie's chocolate peanut butter pie cream. There's the Rosie's apple pie whiskey, Rosie's maple bacon cream. One of the recipes is I think it's called the Elvis PB&J, which is made with this and the maple bacon. Yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, I'll let.
It says here on the back of the bottle, it's goodness with a bite. Rattlesnake Rosie's original decadent spiritus chocolate peanut butter bourbon cream pie.
Really good.
Sweet and salty natural goodness, so flavorful it'll make your socks roll up and down, and you'll get old ears a wiggling. Handcrafted bourbon cream with natural caramel colors. So, like, you look at the bottle, it's got like the old timey medicine bottle, brown bottle kind of looking thing to it.
And all the
It's got
labels,
a cool label on it.
Yeah, the labels on all their bottles have kind of that old Western wanted poster kind of a feel to it.
Yeah, and I mean,
Apothecary.
yeah, there you go. And if you have a picture, a photo, art rendition, whatever you want to call it, of peanut butter pie on the label, I'm interested. But then you throw a pretty lady into the mix, I'm double interested, maybe even triple. But yeah, it's a cool looking bottle, and these sipping creams are always good. I've always loved them, and any flavor that I've had. There's a chocolate one from. You had mentioned it before.
Sugarland.
Sugarland, yeah, they have
we have that bottle up in
dark
the
chocolate.
Yep, the dark chocolate.
Yeah, that one's definitely good. I highly recommend
good.
We finally
using that
finished
one.
that
we did
one.
finish it.
Yeah,
Oh, you finished
it?
it's
There was no we on that. You finished that one.
well, yes, but it also took me a year
No,
to finish it.
that was a gift. Did they give that to us when they came to visit? That was from my sister.
Okay.
They brought me the Old Smoky salted caramel whiskey, and then they brought Katie this dark chocolate sipping cream. And so it went into the fridge, and I was eager to break into it and pour it in my coffee. And after a couple mornings of me doing that, Katie goes, "Hey, didn't your sister bring that for me?"
Probably about a good third of it. Wayne consumed.
As far as the flavor goes on this, that's pretty fucked up. But as far as the flavor goes on this, it reminds me not so much as the chocolate milk or whatever that you'll get at the end of the cereal bowl of Cocoa Pebbles, but Cocoa Puffs, like a little round. Yeah, so it'll be like the chocolate milk left over after that, but with peanut butter.
Yeah.
So if you somehow took the fat kid approach and you mixed Cocoa Puffs with peanut butter puffs in the same bowl.
Or Reese's Puffs.
I was going to say,
Reese's Puffs.
have you tried the Reese's Puff cereal?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like a sore dick. Can't beat it.
So when's that going on a T-shirt?
I don't know. It's not my term. I don't know, but yeah, we could do that. We could put the Savor the Burn logo on the front And then on the back, it's like a sore dick. You can't beat it. You know, and then...
all the little one-liners from all the episodes.
Yeah, it'd be different ones. It'd be Keep On Burning, Sex in the Canoe.
Banana bread.
She did it.
Whoa. One more time, please.
Banana bread.
Why does it sound better than when we do it? Did you... no, you haven't heard it yet. All right. Chandler said something without saying something. So when you get to hear it...
Chandler's good people.
He is good people. I like him.
Chandler was excited about the cake that we had, but he was sad that he didn't get any banana bread.
It was the brownies. It was
that's right. It was the brownies.
Was it?
Well, he came.
Was it peanut butter M&Ms in there?
Yep.
We had them over
the
twice. We had the brownies, but then we also had the coconut cake.
Oh yeah. He didn't get any of that coconut cake. I liked that coconut cake. It was really good.
It was something a little different.
Mm-hmm.
I usually gravitate towards chocolate, so that's why I'm digging this bourbon cream a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But, it was Easter, so we kind of needed something a little springy. So a pineapple coconut cake was right up the alley, so gave that a whirl. It's one of my favorite cakes, even though it isn't chocolate. But as I mentioned, coconut can be very divisive for people.
Yeah, some people like it, some people hate it.
Henry spits it out.
Yeah, he
really
does. I think he thinks that there's something in there. It's just a texture thing. I don't know if it's necessarily
definitely
the flavor, but I think he thinks it's like a hair or something. In there. He just constantly
kind of stuck in the teeth and
spit it out.
Well, it's kind of gritty.
It's like he loves scrambled eggs in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And so I always wake up and come down and try to throw one in the pan and get some eggs going. If I get one that's just in there just a little bit too long, so you get a little bit of that crispy on there.
That's what's up.
I love that aspect of it.
Throw it on toast, buttered toast.
Have you ever seen anyone try to skin a scrambled egg?
I've tried it.
Henry has become an expert at skinning his scrambled eggs. Mm-hmm. So if he bites into it and gets some of that, he'll go... and then pick out the skin and
well, even sometimes when we're on the way to work, he'll be like, "Mommy, hold this," and I'll turn around and he I guess got a little piece of scrambled egg in his tooth or something.
He's been working on it
out and
trying to evict it.
Hold it.
Like, no, son. There's a box of tissues right next to you. Use that.
Well, even when he's sitting at the table, we'll be like, put that on your plate. No, here.
Mm-hmm.
It'll contaminate the rest of this good food.
Share the love. But knock on wood, he's actually a pretty good eater for the most part. He's not particularly picky. And so I'll deal with a little bit of the skewing of the coconut and the scrambled egg
That's
skin.
Good. A lot of kids his age are very, very picky. They'll only eat it if it's beige or if it's, macaroni and cheese and chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Does anybody have a 1 to 10 rating they want to throw at this Rosie's chocolate peanut butter pie cream?
Well, for me, this is difficult because this is so different than us rating one of our bourbons.
Yeah.
So I'm having a hard time figuring out where would this fall in there.
Mm-hmm. You've had other
I could drink this whole damn bottle.
Right.
I don't need the glass for this.
Uh-huh.
But I could just pinkies up and it's gonna be gone.
But you want to savor it. There's no burn. There's no burn.
There's definitely no burn.
But
now that the bottle's open, it's game on for my coffee this weekend.
Okay.
So I don't know.
As someone who gravitates towards the sweeter drinks, I would say it's a solid 8. I feel like it was actually way more peanut butter forward, and so while I enjoy peanut butter, if I'm mixing it with something like my coffee or something like that, I would probably prefer something that's a little bit more chocolate forward or like vanilla forward, depending on, what I'm getting at. Maybe even hazelnut, but peanut butter, I think this would be something I would drink by itself as opposed to putting it in my coffee.
Or poured over vanilla ice cream and then drizzled with a chocolate syrup.
Yeah, what do they call that?
Delicious.
No, it's a shot of espresso over vanilla ice cream. It's an Italian dessert thing.
Affogato.
Huh?
Affogato.
Affogato. That's the word.
That's why we have Katie down here.
Right. I remember because I saw
she knows these things.
I saw a clip on TikTok. There was a comedian talking about how he had a customer order an avocado, and he was like, "So you want an avocado?" She's like, "Yeah, just give me the thing." She's waving her hand. "Just give me the avocado. Just bring it." "So you want an avocado? Just bring it." And so he brings her an avocado. He cuts it in half, opens it up, puts it on the plate, maybe slices it, I don't know. And she's looking at him like, "You fucking idiot, I want an avocado. Avocado." He's like, okay. And so that was the night he learned what an avocado was. It was not an avocado, it was an avocado.
Well, you all need to hire some researchers because I want someone to double check that is actually what that is called. I'm fairly certain, but you know, I could be butchering it. But
well, unless both you and the stand-up comedian are both wrong.
Well,
I think there's a pretty good chance. Touche. I think there's a pretty good chance. There's a pretty good chance that we're right. What if you mixed? If you had French vanilla coffee and added the peanut butter?
Okay, I could get into that.
I bet that would pair well. As far as sipping creams go, for me, I'd throw an 8 at it because it's I don't think it outshines the other one, so maybe I need to drop that rating down to a 5 because it's comparable to all other sipping creams I've had. This hits you with a different flavor. I haven't had a peanut butter version. I've had the chocolate. I've had like a caramel. I swear there's another one I've had. It must not be a 5. But it's what I would expect these sipping creams to taste like. It's not too alcohol-y.
Right.
What do we want to call that? Alcohol forward? It's just it's a
30 proof.
30 proof, yeah.
It's not going to burn at all.
If you're looking to get drunk, that's just enough to piss you off. But if you're just looking for a sipping cream that you enjoy, like if you like Bailey's, then you thought, well, I wonder what this would taste like if it was peanut buttery. This is it. Definitely try this. But real quick here, Mr. W2, somebody's darling husband, is going to hop up and make us a Rosie's adult root beer float featuring, what did you say was in there?
We're going to have a half and half of A&W root beer and the before mentioned Rosie's chocolate peanut butter pie cream. And I'm going to throw in a couple dashes of Aztec chocolate bitters.
We're not going to throw in rosemary or mint?
No rosemary, no mint.
No dried fruit?
No dried fruit. Actually, I am going to garnish it with a single mint leaf.
Okay.
I love it. At this point, about a good fifth of our refrigerator is now just the various accoutrements of, all the different drinks. Lemon, lime, orange, rosemary, mint. Yeah, we just maybe need to create your own little shelf in the refrigerator.
Shelf?
Something.
Hell, I'm going to start talking him into container gardening on the back porch.
He's been trying, yeah. Last week, he was like, so when are you starting gardening?
Yeah,
I'm like,
so when you start gardening this year, you're gonna start with what do you like to eat? What are your favorite fruits and vegetables?
How about we get into a routine of mowing the lawn like every week, and then we can get to the point where we're doing extra
I just built
outside.
a garden bed, like another garden bed in my backyard, but I haven't mowed the yard yet.
I've mowed the front yard. I have not gotten to the backyard, but we're also in that early stage where the dandelions are out of control, and the rest of the grass is still yawning and waking up.
Mm-hmm. I get that. So, whatever excuse you want to use. I'm there.
It works for me now.
I'm there.
So we'll see.
Until the HOA crawls up our ass, and then we'll have something to.
Y'all
to
have
say.
an HOA?
No, we
do
don't
not.
actually.
Thank fuck. I was like, shit, I probably shouldn't be parking in your driveway. I'm gonna lower your property value. Like, did she know I'm from Raytown? Oh, well, I have Sugar Creek DNA. Does she know?
Raytown renowned. Sugar Creek DNA.
This poor thing. She's gonna kick me off the podcast.
Oh no!
All right.
Well, on that note,
yeah, let's try this here root beer. Follow it.
Yeah, when we were planning on going on a vacation here relatively soon, and we're looking at Louisville and kind of doing a loop of Knoxville and Nashville and Memphis. And of course, where we are looking to stay in Louisville, there's all sorts of distilleries just right off of, the main drag there. And one of them is the Evan Williams Bourbon Experience. And I said, are you interested in doing that? And I think he was pretty lukewarm. I mean, obviously, when you're going to some place like Louisville, you have so many other great options from which to choose. And so we're going to probably stick to more of the, more mom and pop kind of distilleries or, places that we can't get the bottles here in town. And,
that makes a lot of sense.
If we have time, we might just poke our head in there to be like, anything unique. But we're also planning on hitting Buffalo Trace on the way to Knoxville. So we'll see what that all entails. I mean,
Buffalo Trace, they have a lot to offer.
Well,
nothing that he hasn't had.
Right. Well, actually, a few.
Really?
Yeah. Because I don't think he's actually had an Eagle Rare yet, and they have on occasion. So they always have like a certain core offering in their gift shop. And then every day, one of their more rare bottles makes an appearance, and they'll rotate those out. So whether it's Eagle Rare, whether it's Blanton's, and whatever they decide to give out that day is whatever they have. And so they open at like 11 on Sunday. And so, I mean, I've heard stories already of people queuing up at, 9:30 or something just to get in line. And by 15 minutes, 20 minutes, it'll be gone. Yeah. So,
that doesn't seem worth it.
Yeah. So
unless you're first in line, but who wants to wait that damn long?
Right. Well, good news is that they have a playground on site. So Henry and I will be doing that.
Meanwhile, he's wasting away in line.
He can wait in line.
He can wait in line and do interviews with everybody in line. Like, hey, have you heard of the Savor the Burn podcast? Here, take this sticker.
Oh, you must be talking about our trip.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yep. If you can poke a little gift to Gab in him, maybe he can do that while he's waiting in line at these different places. Yeah, I'm part of the Savor the Burn podcast. He can sneak a sticker onto the bar and just kind of mark it in place and then not say anything, don't address it, and people will be like, oh, cool. They take a picture of it in the high traffic areas.
Yeah, love it.
And so now here we are. We have our Rosie's Adult Root Beer Float in front of us. Very nice presentation. I think it's beautiful. You guys will be able to see this on the on our socials when we get everything posted up, or when the time comes. Mother's Day. So I'm ready to try this out. So once again, happy Mother's Day.
Oh, thank you.
That's delightful.
I can get on board with that.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It doesn't taste like your typical adult root beer float.
Oh man!
Have you had the dad's, like, not your father's root beer or whatever?
When those first came out, I was all about them, and I made a point to go to as many liquor stores as I needed to in order to try all the different because there's a handful. There's 6-8 different brands. There's a whole bunch of them.
Yeah.
And so I've tried quite a few of them. When they first came out, I was all about them. I thought they was fantastic. Not Your Father's root beer, and I don't know if they're still making it or if it's still available, but there for a minute, doing a little bit of research on that brewery, and I'm blanking on where they're from, but they had 3 variations on that one. So the 12-ounce bottles or 16-ounce bottles that was in their 6-pack that you would get, I think it was like a 6.2%. They came out with a limited edition bomber, the big 750 milliliter bottles. That one was like a 12%, and supposedly if you got it on tap at their actual tap room of the brewery, it was an 18% hard root beer.
Wow.
And I've had a couple of the bombers, and yeah, knock you on your ass root beer.
Huh.
Well, they were so novel when they came out, and I remember whenever that hit the market thinking, oh, that's pretty unique. I mean, but again, at that point, I was in college and drinking, vodka cranberries all day, every day. So anything outside of that was unique. So.
Well, this is pretty damn unique.
This is really tasty.
I like it. I would have never thought to mix sipping cream with root beer.
With root beer, right.
Did you guys ever go to Mugs Up? It was like a loose meat sandwich drive-in kind of thing. It was like, it's over in Independence, like 23rd and in between 23rd and Sterling and 23rd and Chrysler. But whatever. Kind of like Sonic. Is that a drive-in? Yeah. No. Sonic drive-in. Yeah, you guys got one right up here across the street. Yeah, it's kind of one of those places, but it's loose meat, like hamburger loose fucking hamburger on a bun or whatever. But that's what
Sloppy
it was.
Sloppy
Joe style, but not as wet.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah, they had good drinks.
This is fantastic by itself, but I could really see this if you wanted to elevate this.
All right. What do you got?
Maybe a half ounce, 3/4 ounce of the Iron Smoke bourbon.
All right.
Added to it. But yeah, this is fantastic.
We could do it. We could throw a half ounce in here.
Why wait?
Yeah. Get her liquored up and lick her down. Know what I'm talking about?
Let me tell you, when Wayne first started diving into this whole whiskey thing, I mean, I always feel like I'm 2 steps behind him. You know,
2.
Well, you know, maybe it's the age difference. But you know, we. You know, I mean, like, I feel like, you know, when we started dating, you were really big into IPAs and everything like that. And again, I was pretty much sticking to my mixed drinks and would eventually kind of delve into like wheats and, you know, pilsners and things like that. And so over time I started to expand my beer palate, and by the time I felt like I really
stouts.
Well, yeah, stouts. I feel like that's a pretty easy transition. But, you know, I started getting into some like Gosas and, you know, sours and, you know, saisons and things like that. So my palate was eventually expanding. And now that I feel like I'm really starting to find what I like with beer, now you're off on this completely other new thing with whiskeys. And, you know, I mean, it all, for the most part, tastes like Sunday morning regret to me. So I can't really can't really be able to, you know, say, oh, it has caramel. No, I just don't, again, have the palate for that. So it took me a really long time to understand that Wayne was talking about whiskey when he says he was going to give me 2 fingers. And so, you know, I really, you know, it's just taken me a while to learn all these different things.
Usually 2 fingers is by request, especially 3. W2's dying. Dying in front of us.
Smooth. On that note,
you don't want to go in hot. You want to be a little smooth. Yes, this is one hell of a cocktail, my friend.
Yeah, this is really good.
And you said you found this on their website.
This is on the Iron Smoke website. Yeah.
Does this have a Savor the Burn twist to it, other than your idea of throwing in maybe a half ounce?
The bitters, splash of bitters was my idea.
Okay.
And garnishing with the mini Reese's Peanut Butter Cup was my addition.
I just ate mine.
There you go.
While she was talking shit on you for always being 2 steps ahead, not talking shit, you get it. I was like, where the fuck did my peanut butter cup go? And I'm digging around on it, and you could probably hear it on the microphone. So I was like, I need to get this off the table, so I'm over here next to the microphone. So I was like, fuck, I need to come over here. And it's like, where is it? So I hold it up, found it, blind stab. Got it.
That's what these things are great for. I mean...
Yeah. These little bamboo skewers.
And some of the other cocktails, the barrel-aged cherries.
Man, I saw him sitting over there.
Having the skewers.
I didn't know if we were going to get into them, but that's all right. We don't have to get into them every time. We haven't, so it's fine.
Shout out to Henry's Easter basket for the garnish today.
No,
thank you, Henry.
This was my Easter candy that you
Shout out to Wayne's Easter basket as a 50-year-old man.
He's not 50 yet.
Not yet.
Soon.
August 18th.
That is correct, sir.
And what's going to be one of the first things you tell people? I'm 50 years old, but...
I'm married to someone in their 30s.
Yeah, gross.
Not for me.
I'm just in it for the life insurance.
Mm-hmm. At some point, you have to be. It's like, are you sure you don't want to renew that policy for a little more? You've got a young child at home now. We're going to need support and help. Lord knows I wouldn't be any support. I'd be over here eating all the sweet treats and yumminess. I'm here for the banana bread. I'll mow the fucking yard. Just give me the banana bread. I'm itching.
So I'm going to bring this back to Mother's Day.
Mother's Day, yes.
We're 3 years in. Give us your favorite memory so far.
About being a mother?
About being a mother.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
3 years in. Henry.
That makes sense.
Right.
Sorry, I'm dumb.
Gosh, that's a hard question. I feel like I've just been living, laughing, and loving the whole time.
So she's definitely dead inside, at least partially.
Pretty much. Incredibly sleep deprived, touched out, all that fun stuff. I don't know. I really feel like now he's at an age where I can have like an actual conversation with him. Everyone was telling me just about how awesome the newborn phase would be. And, they just sleep and poop. It's fine. But, Henry was born in February of 2020. So a month later, the whole world shut down. And we have family members who are across the state. And so we didn't feel like it was safe to have them come over and help. And so you were down here working, albeit remotely, but still you just always couldn't drop things at, a moment's notice to come upstairs. And so, honestly, the newborn phase was such a blur and, again, incredibly sleep deprived. So now that he's at a point where, I think honestly about, that kind of like 6-month mark is when I finally felt like I kind of fell into a rhythm. And maybe that was also because daycare came into play. So I wasn't, solely responsible for him. So it was nice to get a little bit of a reprieve and, go back to work and all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I think some of the stuff that he says now, again, the fact that you can have a conversation with him, and he just says the funniest things. And so it just every now and again, he just comes out and says something that I'm like, okay, you do you.
Where did that come from?
Yeah. Or, new words that he'll pick up or something like that. And, this morning I was talking about the weather and all that kind of stuff. And I forget exactly how we got into that conversation. But I was asking him what he wanted to wear today. And I said, I think it'll be nice enough you can wear a short sleeve shirt. And he goes, Mommy, thank you for the feedback. And I was just, okay, you're welcome.
You're grounded. Did you ever take that tone of voice?
What was the conversation that you had with him where he said the subscribe?
Oh, I was complimenting him on his drawing. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like he's really taking after his father in the artistic ways. And so whenever he does something with crayon or paint or whatever, I tried to really hype it up because I think it's a good creative outlet for him. But at this point, he just wants, big body play and, physicality and cars. That's pretty much all he wants. And so he got done doing some doodles or something. And I said, Henry, those are so cool. Like, you did such a great job. And he said, thanks, click here to subscribe. And I was like, well, YouTube might be a little too prevalent in this house. And we might need to back off of that a little bit. Either that or monetize the shit out of it. So I don't, have a little YouTube channel with my 3-year-old. But
well,
anyway.
Newborns and children of that age, all they do is they eat money. And then when they poop, it costs money.
Yep.
So why not monetize that?
Mm-hmm. Earn your keep, Henry.
Exploit him for all the money it's worth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't know if I have really like a favorite specific memory. I love the time we get to spend as a family, and we always go on our adventures. 2 years ago, we went to all the parks in Shawnee. There's like 26 parks here, and so we went to every single one of them over the course of a summer and just tried out different playgrounds. And then last summer, we went and did the Parade of Hearts. And we didn't get to all of them because there was 156 or something like that. And so we made it to like a third, I think is what we ultimately made it to. But I like those adventures, and like the actual, like seeing when he actually learns something, like kind of literally seeing just like that connection being made. And when you explain something to him or whatever, I mean, I just love seeing that light bulb click, and he's little new little brain wrinkle for him.
He's in the why stage right now, so everything is why, why.
Then you get sick of it, like, because.
But recently, it still takes 3 or 4 answers to get there, because it's with every why you want to go a little bit farther. You just can't say the same thing again. So you give him a different answer, and you keep digging a little bit deeper. But here lately, there's been a couple times where I've kind of gone 3, 4 steps in, and then he goes, "Oh, okay."
Because mentally he's
good with it, and
engineering every single step.
Move on.
It's this way because
next
it's
question.
This way. Yeah. The next series of whys comes at you.
Well, I'm glad that you can make that progress with him, because every time I get into this why battle with him, I eventually find myself saying, well, why not? And his response is, why, yes. And, well, no, that's not how that works. But he's a cutie. We'll keep him, I guess.
We'll keep him.
Well, with Wayne's kids, I mean, when we started dating, that was back in 2011 is when we started dating. And so Wayne's kids were, 10 and 13?
Yeah, don't
11
make me
and
do that math.
4? Okay. And so, for the longest time, I kind of wondered if that was going to be like my motherhood experience. But I mean, we were only seeing them every other weekend, and he was going out to Lee Summit to see them during the week, but we weren't living together at that point, so I was usually at work or something like that. And so I was kind of like, okay, I'm coming in right at the teenage years, and is this going to be kind of my springboard into motherhood? So it's nice to be able to again kind of go through the newborn phase and the baby phase and the toddler phase, and now he's kind of slowly but surely shedding the toddler phase and turning into like
little
an actual little boy. He's getting his first haircut tomorrow. I don't know if Wayne already shared that, but
I had
what
not.
is a haircut?
Yeah. Well, there are a lot of people who are like, oh, that's kind of his trademark, like the out of control, crazy hair. And it's like, yeah, but he's also the sweatiest kid I've ever met. He takes after his dad on that front. And I mean, so it's not even it's like 65 degrees usually, these last couple of weeks, and him coming home from playing outside while he was at school, I mean, he is just like sweat encrusted. So we're having to bathe him so much more and washing his hair, and it's just a chore, and he's getting more and more impatient with us combing it. And
it's crazy too. When he gets out of the bathtub, his hair is every bit as middle of his back. It's long, but he has so much curl and so much body in his hair. When he goes and starts sweating like crazy, all of a sudden his hair, there you go.
Yeah, I took a picture of it because, it's the last time with that long.
All of a sudden his hair is shoulder length because it's all just kinked up and crazy. And he climbed out of the truck one day, and he's going through a phase right now where he has to have his hood up all the time. Early on, he hated hats, he hated his hood, wanted nothing to do with it. But he's going through a phase now where if he's got his hoodie on, the hood's got to be up. And he climbed out of the truck, and his hoodie came down, and his hair was just matted to the sides of his face, and he's like just trying to push the hair out of the way, and it's just matted and just a ball of sweat.
Quality of life, kid. Quality of life.
How long have you been growing your hair out for?
I was born with long hair.
Okay.
No, last time I had it cut is in I want to say 04.
Okay.
I think it is. And I work in a paint booth, so I spill paint on myself regularly. Sometimes I had to snip it. And if you look closely, there's lots of dead ends. Jennifer's always threatening to, trim it up and, make it nice and neat.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, yeah, sure. I mean, I shower same time every day. Go for it. But I don't know. Never does it.
I think he's going to look like a whole new kid tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's excited about it, so.
Right now, yes.
Right now he is.
Yes, but once he realizes he's going to have to sit still, that's going to be a whole nother
Sit still in the chair with a stranger.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the buzz clipper things.
I don't think we're going to go that short,
No.
though. Yeah.
We're keeping it. We're keeping the length.
Not like trim up sideburns and neck or whatever. You're just trimming it. You're not.
We're just.
I think we'll still take some length. I mean, right now, even with the curls, it's about at his clavicle. So I think we'll get it shoulder-ish length, but no bowl cuts, no buzz cuts,
No mullets.
no mullets.
Thank goodness.
We are a hockey
I've seen
household.
too
but,
many mullets. One mullet is too many mullets. I see children with mullets, and I'm like,
No mullet in this hockey house.
No.
and I gotta look at the parents and ask them. You guys know this is a form of child abuse. Why are you doing this? It's like, we listen to country music. I don't care. Achy breaky hair mistakey. Get rid of it. Lose it. Get rid of the yup nope. Trim that ape drape. No Kentucky waterfall for you. Get out of here.
Kentucky waterfall. I haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah.
So now that you've been through raising kids, what was your favorite age?
I'd kind of put it right now.
Okay.
I mean, yes, they're both grown and out of the house. My son's in the Air Force, fully functioning adult, living.
He's in Germany, right?
Yeah, he's in Germany, Ramstein Air Force Base, working on airplanes, getting put together. He's a airplane mechanic out there, whatever. But I mean, even if he was still working for Coca-Cola, delivering, Coke products to gas stations and grocery stores, I'd still be proud of him. I don't care. I'm just #proud dad. But I mean, he's out there making a difference. He's earning awards with some of the things he's doing. Awards that I've never seen. Like sometimes it'll show up on their uniform as like different bars of stripes in different colors, or a cord around the arm, or they'll give him a challenge coin, or they'll give him some kind of online accolades or whatever. But I don't know about the cords or the bars, but he's been given the online accolades, and he's received some kind of trophy thing with the eagle, and it's like Airman of the Year kind of thing, which he's just shown such a dedication and a performance level to what he's doing. It's incredible.
That's awesome.
It's incredible. I'm very proud of him. I'm proud of him for the man he's become and continues to become. He's a walking form of evolution. I mean, he's been through a lot of shit. What he's been through with his mother, what he's been through with his father, me, and and the contention between the two of us. Even my son and I, we've had our problems, and we've come out on the other side of it, and we're better for it, I think. And with my daughter, I'm still proud of her. She's out doing her own thing. She's a roommate with a couple from her church, and the people they own the house and they have her as a roommate, but they're musicians in the church band. So she's hanging out with them, and she's got a boyfriend. She seems happy, whatever it is that she's doing, which is really kind of all I can ask for my kids to do. Just go out there and go be happy. Contribute
Absolutely.
something to the world. Because, I mean, in 300 years, none of this is going to matter anyway. So be happy while you're here now.
Yep, I love that. I mean, that's really my biggest hope for Henry, is that he's happy.
Mm-hmm.
And he may not follow W2's artistic endeavors, Maybe, like you said, he's all about cars and things like that. Maybe
pro wrestling.
Maybe the...
No.
Yeah, right. I've been catching feelings for a new professional wrestler. I have no idea why. She's fucking nuts. But you had talked about some of the people in your family history. They're very industrious. They're very innovative with their inventions and their things. Maybe it just skipped you, and it's going to go right to him.
Maybe.
Yeah, Mr. Henry's going to be Hank the Tinkerer. He's going to be Hank the Inventor. He'll create the new light bulb. Who knows? You know.
I mean, when I was pregnant, we would spend so much time thinking like, oh, is he going to be more of the creative musician, artist? Because again, Wayne has all of that in this household. I cannot draw a stick figure to save my life. But I am someone who's very academically focused. Like, I love languages and, I mean, puzzles and just very, like, logical and you know, very organized. And, like, that's, I mean, I'm a 90-year-old woman in the doctor's waiting room as I'm pulling out my puzzle book. And, I mean, I would even do that at the merch table. Like, I don't know if I'd be super approachable. I'm like, hey, I'm the maven of the merch, and I'm doing my crossword puzzle.
Maven of the merch maven.
Super approachable. But, I mean, that was my happy place. I'm an introverted person. You know, I, like I said, don't really like attention. I don't do... so being behind a physical table was always, you know, kind of like a little bit of a barrier, and get to organize. And I always obviously was sober enough to count the money. And so, you know, I felt like I fit right in. But, you know, and so we spend so much time talking about, is he going to be kind of this left brain, right brain kind of person? And then, I mean, honestly, probably within 4 months of him being with us, I was like, I think this kid is going to be neither and go the, you know, the athletic route or something like that. And so he's just such a physically oriented kid and shows very little interest in doing...
He's going to be the skydiving instructor.
Yeah.
And he never tires. He goes and goes and goes and goes.
Well, whatever you do, nurture that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anybody have any closing thoughts on this cocktail?
Man, it was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't quite sure how the peanut butter would actually play in with the root beer, but I mean, it was very seamless. It was very cohesive, and I mean, it really did taste like a root beer float, and yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah, I felt like the peanut butter in there helped push back the root beer a little bit, and then, yeah, cohesive. It all played very well together.
No, I agree with your assessment. Maybe throwing in some an ounce tops of straight iron smoke bourbon into this. I mean, I don't think it would negate any of the peanut butter. I don't think it would take away from really anything else, especially not the peanut butter pie cream.
Just up the octane.
It's just up the octane a little bit, and it wouldn't take away from the root beer flavor either.
Yeah.
I'm working really hard and trying to get this peanut butter cup out.
Yeah, that's where I was a little bit ago. Maybe a long bit ago now. But, dear listener, if you're looking for something different, maybe something a little less octane, like what we were talking about, and you do like, what do we call it, sweet creams? Sipping creams. That's the word, sipping cream. If you've never tried a sipping cream before, do it. It's like Bailey's. If you like Bailey's, then you'll love any other sipping cream, because I would throw all those in the same cream kind of category. And if you've never tried any of it, what are you waiting for? Just try it. You might like it. You might hate it. You don't know. You don't know until you know. Every friend was once a stranger.
It's a good reason to start drinking in the morning, too. Throw it in your coffee.
Yeah.
No judgment.
It's 5:30 somewhere.
A.M.
A.M.
Time is a construct. Who gives a shit? But, I mean, if it's a problem with your work, definitely don't. I went up to the closest thing we have as an HR department, which is our accountant at work. And I said, hey, when it comes to tequila, I said, how much tequila can we drink at work before it becomes a problem according to work policy? And he was not fucking having it. He was not having it. Like, the accountant before him would have just, like, clammed up and, like, avoided the conversation at all costs. The accountant before him would have said, I don't know, let's find out. And, like, we would have started drinking. But, so this one, I don't know if we're going to get along. We're going to have to butt heads. I'm going to have to find where his buttons are and push them until I find his breaking point, and then let somebody else break him, because I don't want to get fired. I've been there a long time. Anyway, good times. But, yeah, these sipping creams make a great addition or replacement or whatever you want to call it for your creamer and your coffee. I always liked it when I was drinking coffee, especially the Sugarland dark chocolate. Yeah, I keep drawing a blank on the Sugarland. I don't know. I can always remember Old Smoky, and Old Smoky. Do they even have sipping creams?
Oh yeah,
they do.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but
they got some good ones too.
Yeah, the Sugarland sipping creams, they've got all kinds of different flavors. But we're not talking about them right now. I don't know why I'm talking about them. Stupid whiskey's got me talking about things that don't matter. But if you're looking for a sipping cream that tastes like chocolate and peanut butter and pie, and I would definitely try it straight, just to get acquainted with it so you know what you're working with. And then after that, if you're a fan of root beer floats, I 100% suggest trying the Rosie's Adult Root Beer Float. It's root beer, the Rosie's chocolate peanut butter pie cream, a couple dashes of Aztec bitters, per the Savor the Burn podcast remix of the cocktail, if you want to call it a cocktail. Is it a cocktail?
Yeah,
it's a mixed drink. It's a cocktail.
It's a mixed drink.
Yeah.
And don't forget, throw that mini Reese's peanut butter cup in there.
Oh yeah, and a leaf of mint. Just throw it in there. Throw it on your little skewer.
I don't think it did anything, but it was in the recipe notes, and
it looks cool.
Okay, it looks cool.
Yeah,
color,
a little splash of color.
Mm-hmm. That way everything's not so beige. But yeah, definitely good. So if you want to learn about this cocktail and many, many more, check out the SavorTheBurn.com website. We've been noticing a little bit more traffic on there lately, and we're pretty stoked about it. It's always being updated by the amazing W2. Please continue to check us out on all podcast apps, including but not limited to Spotify, Audible, Apple Podcast, Google, Samsung, and many, many more. Did I say Samsung again? What's so funny, Giggles? I did say it. I had to, otherwise you wouldn't let. Samsung and many more. Continue to follow us on socials. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. Just search Savor the Burn or at Savor the Burn. Email us, info@savortheburn.com. Email me personally, Jonathan at savortheburn.com, and W2@savortheburn.com. And no matter what you're drinking, where you are, and who you're with, always remember to just
keep on burning. Get some medication for it.